5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hello and welcome once again, everybody, to the We're Already There podcast.
We're still doing this.
Still happening. We're still talking, jibbing, jabbing, coming at you with some opinions, whatnot. For those of you who are first-time listeners, thanks for having us. Thanks for introducing us into your lives. You're in for some fun stuff. We're going to try to keep it a little lighter than we had it last week. We're not going to get too dark. Not going to get too dank with it. So, don't worry about it. And for those of you who are returning listeners, nice to hear you. Nice to have you back. Hope you guys are having a great time. Hope you've been enjoying this. If you're coming back, I'm assuming that you are. Or you're a masochist. I don't know. Whatever.
I mean, I keep listening to it.
And that's who we're making it for. We're making it for ourselves, mostly. But if you like it, we're making it for you, too. But not really. But yeah. It's catharsis. It's nice. It's good to get out, chit-chat, talking to the people. So, the 101 is open once again, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks to the hard work of the first responders, the rescue people, the people working to move all that dirt, those people just trucking nonstop. Thank all of you who helped to reopen the 101. It's been crazy. It's been wild. It's been almost like a ghost town around here without the 101 being open.
Yeah, like my business is directly affected by the 101 being open now. And like my business is a non-profits business. So it's not really my business. And like it affected a lot of people you wouldn't consider. I bet you a ton of cooks weren't like working or their hours were cut hard. So this month's going to suck. There's a grip of people trying to make rent right now. And
Santa Barbara is a tourist town. And when you don't have people coming in through the main road that you have coming into your town as a tourist town, you're going to take a hit. And practically across the board, everybody took a hit in Santa Barbara. And shout out to everybody in Santa Barbara. Come together. Help each other out if they need it. Let's be a community not just in the midst of chaos, but in the post-chaos world as well.
Right, that'd be cool if, like, I don't know, people cared more after this, at least for, like, a year.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really know how they would care more. I don't know, there's the woman Katie Hirschfeld who does all sorts of stuff. She always promotes local businesses. I hope whatever she does is expanding right now. I know her. We'll see what happens.
Shout out to Katie.
Yeah, what's up, Katie?
Woo woo.
One of these days, hopefully, we'll get good at this and want to come on this.
But speaking of driving, it's been almost a year now, but I've been driving around with a very hot button issue bumper sticker made by a friend, Ali of mine. Shout out to Ali. Woo woo. Have his contact information in the info later on. I'm a dork, can't know it right now. Whatever. It's cool. But it is what would someone might assume to be a pro-Donald Trump sticker. And it says Donald Trump in blue. And then in red, in white writing, it says Chinga tu madre. So it says Donald Trump, and then below that, Chinga tu madre. And for those of you who don't speak Spanish, Chinga tu madre means fuck your mother. Or expletive your mother for those of
No, it means fuck your mother. That's what it means. Let's be real here.
And although I may not fully agree with the sentiment because I think his mother's dead, I'm not a necrophiliac. But I do like it because that's how I feel about Donald Trump. I don't want to just say, fuck Donald Trump. I want to say, fuck your mother. Because why did she do such a terrible job raising you? Because you're a horrible human being. Grabbing shit you shouldn't be grabbing. Put that down, Donald! What are you doing? But I digress. I've gotten a lot of really interesting responses from people. Mostly positive. Mostly people will pull up to me and be like, I love your bumper sticker. Like, your bumper sticker is amazing. Like, it's awesome. But I've had also people who are definitely drove by, giving me like a kind of a weird off-kilter look. No one's necessarily yelled at me or berated me about it. But I did have one peculiar response out here in Isla Vista. in Goleta, California, where it's the city for those going to UCSB, for those of you who are not familiar with Ivy. And I had people respond in a way that they thought, they clearly must not have been from California because they clearly didn't speak Spanish, because they thought it was just a pro Donald Trump sticker. And they're like, "What's wrong with you, bro? Like, you like Donald Trump?" And I'm just like, "No." And they're just like, "How could you have a pro Donald Trump sticker?" And I'm like, it was such a brief interaction that I didn't have time to explain to them what the bumper sticker was also actually about. But I thought it was hilarious how even on the far side of the spectrum, there's still so much absurdity, and ignorance is a dangerous thing. Let's boil it down to that. Ignorance is a dangerous thing. It doesn't matter where that ignorance comes from, where it's going. Ignorance is a dangerous thing.
That's what I took from when you were telling the whole story. I've never heard the story before, but all I was thinking was like, yeah, like ignorance is probably the root of a lot of problems we have, miscommunications and violence. Because if someone started yelling at me, regardless where the fuck I supported, even if it was my bumper sticker, my car, if someone started yelling at me, I'd still just want to punch them in the face. Like, even though we're both on the same team, it's like, don't come at me like that. That's fucking annoying.
It's like, why are you doing that? It's crazy.
Yeah,
just being
like,
stupid
stop.
And you're making me mad.
I'm not above that. So like, let's get on the same level. Like, don't forget that you're dealing with people when you interact. If you're gonna yell at someone on the street, like, realize that they might not be a better person than you.
Yes, this is very true. But
or they might be trying to be, or they're not, and you're fucking stupid.
But that is the power of art. It can elicit a response from somebody, may it be positive or negative. And it's getting out there, and it's making people think about what's going on a little bit more. You know, pushing their buttons, making people feel something. And that is one of the main jobs of art. As opposed to just being entertaining, it should be able to make people think. Make people digest information in a different way than they're generally used to digesting that particular information.
Yeah, I would have actually never considered that bumper sticker art. But after hearing that explanation, it's like, oh, yeah, totally. But also because I don't really know art, so like I know your explanation of it, which makes a lot of fucking sense to me. It's like it's anything that like elicits a response. But I guess that's not just yours. You didn't come up with that, right?
No.
Okay. So that's the thing, like, yeah, I would have never considered that bumper sticker art, but I guess you're right. It did elicit a response, which is good. I mean, it was like sometimes it's violent, sometimes it's not, but like, I don't know. For some reason today, I had this thought in my head I've had to apply a lot in the past few months, which is you need pressure to make diamonds, and I guess art can elicit a response that creates pressure, and from that pressure being like two people not agreeing on it or seeing it different ways, that pressure can make a diamond, like a synthesis, something that two people disagree, but they come up with something that actually makes sense to both of them.
Yeah,
and that's like, that'd be really cool if like art can actually do that more often.
Definitely.
I'm too stupid to know how that works, but like,
that's, in my opinion, what makes powerful art. Art that moves society forward. It's not just a pretty picture for people to sit and look at. It's something that really starts new conversations as opposed to continuing old ones. Like, that is new, effective art for me. It's one that creates new dialogues and makes people think in new ways that start to actually change things and allows a society to evolve.
Damn, yeah. Wow. One of my favorite things that you do is like the throwing up TV. Like, you can't see it because we don't have the camera this way. But like, Martin put this like, we'll talk about the other part later, but there's like a little miniature TV and I'm playing with it even though no one can see me do it. And Martin has this image that he uses sometimes in his art that's like a TV throwing up. And it's like, it just makes so much sense to me, and I enjoy the thought so much. And just like seeing it like elicits a response, and like it makes me giggle, and it's like, oh, that's funny and true, and that's like my favorite place to be. So like I don't know.
we're
I
glad.
thought that was worth mentioning. Like,
Yeah.
Martin's art impacted me enough to, like, when we're filming this podcast, like, even if we were filming it, you wouldn't be able to see it, but I was like, oh, I see a TV and I want to make it throw up because it's perfect.
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah,
like
the
that
string,
imagery.
it's like some purple string coming out of the screen of the television, although the television screen isn't broken. It's an intact television screen, which is attached to a sword, which is given to me by a good friend of mine. Ugh. Shout out to Matt. Also put his contact information, Scarecrow Thistle, on Instagram. Brop, brop, brop.
What does he do?
He designed these
Oh, no
bandanas here.
shit. Really?
Yes.
Dude, I thought
Once
you
again,
made
you
these.
can't see it.
You can't,
We're
but
looking.
they feel really, really nice. Like, we've taken them out every week, and every time I'm stoked that I got to sit on the right side, which where we set up these bandanas, and they're super comfortable and like really beautiful and like.
Really awesome, intricate designs that he's come up with these amazing stories. If you get a chance to get at him in the DMs, you could ask him about the delightful and fantastic designs he comes up with. They're crazy, they're trippy, they're psychedelic, they're organic, they're natural. Boop, boop. Check it out. But art, we interact it with it all the time, and some things that people may not consider to be art, they're art. Most of the things that we interact with, they're art. Whether you see it as art or not. Like, they started as a creative idea that somebody had, and they're like, oh man, like, what if we made stairs that move? Like, that would be wild. Like, you just step on the stairs, and they go. You don't even have to keep going. Like, that was somebody's creative idea. That was their art. They had to design it, do all the blueprints, figure out the mechanics of it, like how to power it, all that stuff. Like, it's practical, but it's also art. There's elegance to it. Design is most certainly one of the most prolific forms of contemporary art because we interact with it in so many ways. Graphic design, automobile design, city design, like, it's all over the place. And although it's not just some frou-frou drawing of flowers, a lot of people don't consider it to be art, but it is.
What do you think about, like, just to bring up fishermen once again? What do you think about, like, a fisherman? Is that art?
The act of fishing is like performance art. You know, like, especially if you got to observe it, like if you were on a boat filming, like, there's an elegance to that, like everything about it, like the way that it's done.
What's up, Lexi?
This is a great entrance. Once again, it's a bummer that we don't have the visual.
Oh
Might
my
be
god!
totally need to get another battery.
But okay, my you brought up some good points there, like what I was thinking about too, because I've done, like I said, a tiny bit of commercial fishing, and like that, I wouldn't usually think about this, but just based off of what you said, that things like I'm trying to think of things I don't usually think is art, but being a commercial fisherman could be because it's like there's a lot of skill that goes into knowing exactly what to do.
Where to fish, you know, where to get the boat to initially.
Like how to. There's so much more shit than you'd even think about. Like especially if you're like trap fishing or any kind of fishing, like how the water works and how the temperature works and how fast your gear is going to move in the water and blah blah. It's total like there's no exact formula. There's definitely like an art to it. Like you have to know just by feel how things are going to work. And then if you're working like on the deck, like you're a deckhand or whatever, yeah, like you're basically doing like a ballet. And if you fuck that ballet up, there's some consequences.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel
fucked up.
artistic. It just like, but like you have to like
Moving and working that particular thing on the fly, just being like, okay, feeling it out. Just like, is this working? Nope. Okay, we got to move over here. We got to do this. We got to do it like that.
yeah, exactly. But you're still producing, but you're not like eliciting a response from somebody.
In the long term, you know, you don't have a direct audience, but the consumer of fish is essentially your audience, the audience of the fisherman.
Yeah, but
Like,
I mean, I guess like Deadliest Catch did a good job of like portraying fishermen in I don't know about a positive light, but but like yeah, it's hard and it's dangerous and like it's ridiculous that people do that type of shit just to provide, high-end food. but I would do it in a heartbeat. If someone said like, "Hey, you want to like run a boat operation? Like, I'll pay for everything," I would hop on it just like I would like a farming operation because I love it. But
'Cause that's the kind of thing you like to do. Like you enjoy engaging in the hands-on aspect of those particular things. Am I right?
yeah, and like producing something. But like, I'm not good at like, I'm not, I guess I'm not good because I've never done it. Like I guess visual art or like media art or anything that's like up for interpretation isn't, that doesn't interest me. But I did love cooking. So I don't know. But like, that's the hard part about cooking is like you put so much effort and stress and like shit into like a dish, and if someone doesn't like it, like, ugh.
Yeah, it's a very direct response. Like for your audience, you make this dish, you send it out, and it's like they either the waiter's gonna bring it back with a bunch of on it stuff still on it, or with it cleared. Like with someone ate every last little freaking thing, scraped it with bread for all the sauce and all the goodness still left on there. Just like boom.
That was one thing. Even as like just a line cook, I always paid attention to is the garbage can. Like, look at what's coming back. I want to see who's fucking up. Like, and the greatest part is I worked in a lot of open kitchens, so I could see like, okay, well, she's not finishing that half chicken.
Either they just ordered way too much, or the dish is a little overkill.
Yeah, or like that dude's definitely finishing that 8-ounce fillet, but if he doesn't, something went wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how we got there, but yeah, as a cook, I would pay attention to the trash a lot. And I guess because it was like you're putting out your art, and like you literally see it getting thrown in the trash, and you know people are going home upset.
Yeah, you make or break someone's evening with your art, and that
Oh wow, that was a good fucking point there. Like, not only does your expectations need to be satisfied, but so do theirs.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And you get to it's not like when you make art and you put it in a gallery and then people come by and you're mostly not there when art is either sold or whatever. But like with cooking, you're there for like this every aspect of their satisfaction and or lack thereof satisfaction of your art.
Yeah. Oh, I'm getting like I'm getting like flashbacks of like the nights that went bad where I just totally ate shit. Just like it would like people stopped making fun of me. It got so bad.
Oof, that's when you know something is really going wrong. When people are trying to save your feelings and not being real, you're like, no, give me shit, come on, like,
like it's still okay, right? Like, it's like no, like we don't want to. You're probably getting fired.
Yeah, gotta spare your feelings at this point. Like,
I had 8 things sent back to me in one night, and I was working entree.
Oh man,
I was working like lamb shanks and New York steaks and fillets and
To give an arbitrary comparison to make this more understandable to certain people or whatever, just to get to diverse what we're saying, it's like if you were a pitcher and you walked like 7 people in a game.
Yeah, it's like you just shit on 7 different major or 7 different like your salesmen, and there's 7 in a row you just ate shit on. Like, not only did, like, you not get the sale, but, like, they're unhappy and they don't want to work with you ever again. Yeah. And, like, people, like, it's like, I don't know, why is it a mystery that a lot of cooks get fucked up at night? It's not a mystery to me.
Yeah, no, not at all. It's because you're putting your ego, like, your ego's just on the chopping block, like, literally. It's just like,
yeah.
If you either succeed and you're like feeling really good, or you have those nights like you're saying you got 8 entrees sent back, then you fucking feeling low. It's just like people just like every play that's coming back. It's just more shit just getting dumped on your ego. Just like rah. Yep, sip.
Exactly.
Somebody sold the shit out of this dish you're making, and you blew it.
You know what? Actually, I don't know. Maybe not everyone feels this, but I think the worst dishes that went out, because like you said, I didn't believe it before, but you said it. Like every dish is basically like a work of art, and like you're right, it fucking is. So the ones that hurt the most are the ones that you know you did a fucked up job.
Oh.
Where it's like, you go home at night and you're all just like, okay, that was good. I'm all right. I'm gonna go, take a shower, get ready, blah, 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 do my thing, and then you just realize like that porchetta was cold, and you fucking knew it. And in the heat of things, you
sent it out anyway.
You dropped the ball, and you fucking you have no excuse. And those ones hurt the most, but you try to limit those.
Mm. Yeah, because you never want to knowingly fuck up. Like you can let it slide sometimes. Maybe you drop something. You just literally don't have the time. It's already been like it's already 20 minutes late on that plate. You're like, nope, it's got to go now, or it's not at all. Like it's got to happen. Or just like sometimes I'll be doing a painting and I'll knowingly fuck up, and I'll just be like, no, it's cool. And later I show someone that painting, they're like, what's up with this? I'm just like, oh, no.
Oh, no.
I fucked up there. Like, my bad. Like, I don't even know why I showed this to you.
That sucked. I mean, that's kind of what it's like now that I farm, like looking at a field. It's like, oh, it's beautiful. But like, why is that dead? It's like, because I didn't put the traps out fast enough. That shit hurts. Yeah, like when you know that there's a problem.
Yeah, it's not nearly as bad when someone points something out to you that you like didn't realize that you did. You're like, okay, I could live with that. It's fine. But when it's like something's bad and then people call you out on it being bad, it hurts that much more. Cuts that much deeper.
Because like you can do better.
Mm-hmm.
I had something really good to go on, but I forgot what it was.
Well, today's Friday, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a good point.
It's Friday. It's a good day. It's the day of fries.
It's Friar's Day. It's like the Viking holiday, Friar's Day. I don't know what she's the god of, but it's a Norse holiday. Freya. Thank you, Lexi. What did I say, Freya? That's like a Norse. Wait, Freya's Norse? Yeah. Okay, Freya's Norse. Freya is a little toasty.
So the government shutdown is over. For those of you who weren't aware.
There we go.
It lasted all of 3 days, I believe, depending on where you are, and maybe rural places. It lasted 3.5, maybe 4 days. I don't know how they do government out there. I said government for a reason, because that's what they call it out there in the bayou.
You're from Santa Barbara, yo.
I know, that's why I can't speak of what's going on in the more rural parts of this country, because this is where I live, is here on the coast.
So, okay, remember how I spent like 20 minutes trying to find that one article?
Yep,
before we filmed this?
I do remember
recorded this, what have you. So I made Martin sit down and just wait, because this article I read on BBC, because it's the one I quote the most, because I'll read,
shout out to England.
Well, like, to get the best news, if you read like CNN, BBC, and Al Jazeera, like you'll get, if they all convene on the same thing, usually BBC has the best way to convey the information. But anyways, the article had like a perfect rundown of what exactly happens during a government shutdown, and I could not find it anymore. I'm so upset, but I really wanted to say exactly what it had said, but I can only tell you what I got from it now. But basically, like a lot of things that don't really matter, you can't get customer service at the IRS, but they can still take money from you. Like, it still operates, just the customer service part shuts down, and like the armed forces don't get paid, but like congressmen get paid. I just read it. It was like, it just kind of touches on what I talked about last week, not to get there, but like, now we don't live in America anymore, so of course the government gets shut down, because that doesn't fucking matter.
Because this is America.
Yeah, exactly.
It's America.
It's America, not America.
Maybe we'll get back those syllables, but for now it's just America.
That's a good goal. We need to get those syllables, or
syllable.
letters, syllables, syllables.
Parts of
Syllables,
speech.
2020.
There we go.
America.
America.
Okay. Make
Air,
Merca America
yeah,
again.
make America America.
I was talking
The
about what
United
I was
States.
talking about what this podcast was about to somebody that I wanted to come on the show tonight because we want to do like a talk about the Women's March. We'll get there. People will come. It'll be cool. What the fuck was I talking about?
The government shutdown. People bringing people. You looked up something for 20 minutes, and then stuff. Did I miss anything?
Yeah, I was on a roll there. I am unabashedly not embarrassed.
It's cool. I'll take this as an opportunity to say, Black History Month is coming up, everybody. You know what that means? Black Panther's gonna drop. Oh snap! It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be the most black people at theaters this year, guaranteed. Until something else comes out.
I don't know. It looked kind of ridiculous.
Dude, that shit looks dope. It's gonna be legit.
I don't. Okay, I think it's. I don't get it.
What do you mean?
Like I thought it was so much cooler before I saw the black. Like what he's actually about. It's like this.
He's a Wakandan prince.
But how does he? But like the
King.
whole. Wasn't it like the alien tribe in Africa or like the super advanced tribe? Like,
Yeah, super advanced tribe in Africa. Yeah.
He was so much cooler before that. Why can't he just be like a fucking African guy that's a fucking badass? Why does it have to be this whole like?
It was always
why.
that.
Okay, I get.
Because that's how they got to be able to refine that particular alloy that his suit is made out of. I forget what it's called exactly. It'll come to me. But they were able to refine the vibranium because they were such an advanced civilization. And they were the only people / place on the earth to have vibranium, ladies and gentlemen.
But why are they hiding from everybody?
Because fuck everybody else.
All right.
That's why. Because colonialists came and raped Africa for people, and if they knew that they had advanced technologies, they'd be trying to rape it for that too. That's why. That's why it's an invisible fucking country.
I get it now. It's like they're not hiding. They're like, fuck this shit. We're like in the whatever you want to call it, like the Matt Damon stupid movie with the mech suit, Elysium.
Yeah, sure.
God damn it.
I'm like, I don't think I've seen that one.
But they're like, fuck this world. Like, we're out. Not like we're hiding. And I don't know. It just didn't vibe with me well when I first saw it.
It's cool. Also, Juneteenth, everybody. Celebrate that as well.
Wait, when is that? I can't wait to celebrate
June
that.
19th.
I haven't planted watermelons yet. But...
watermelon soda and eat fried chicken. It's going to be amazing. Going off this June 19th. Going big for Juneteenth. Hope you all are too.
Schmeek Schmock Juneteenth party.
Schmeek Schmock Juneteenth party 2018.
I would say we would have one here, but I don't even want to say here is.
Well, if you mean here as in California somewhere, then yeah, it's happening here this year. Unless we go somewhere else, but probably not. It'll probably happen here, as in California somewhere.
Wait, so what exactly is Juneteenth?
It is the day where the last of all the slaves were freed. So the slaves were freed, but it took a while for all of the slaves to be freed. So Juneteenth was the last place to be liberated of having slaves.
But it's a place or a time?
It's a time. It's a day, but they happen at a place. That was the last garrison like the army rolled up and they're like, "Yo, these people ain't slaves no more." And that was on June 19th.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So it's not. They didn't happen at Juneteenth. It happened on June 19th.
Yeah, but they called it Juneteenth.
Okay.
Yeah. Because
I don't know. I don't. I just really like watermelon and fried chicken.
Dude, if you don't like watermelon and fried chicken, there's something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with watermelon and fried chicken.
Have you ever?
Unless you don't eat chicken, then I guess it's understandable. But
I think watermelons. All right, this is super off topic, and I'm gonna get back to to our work. But I think one of the best experiences of summer is getting a little baked and going out in the hottest part of summer and going out to where you're growing watermelons and just picking that perfect one that you've been waiting on, and it's a little overripe. So just super sugary as fuck, and you covered it in dirt and put it next to the irrigation, so it's all cold in the middle of the summer, and you just sit cross-legged and I'm talking a 12-pound watermelon, and you're just all fucking high as balls. I said a little baked, but I mean high as balls. and just crush that fucking thing. Just like like don't even cut it.
Just break it and just
break it with your hand. Just scoop it out. And like they're seeded. There's no fuck seedless watermelons. That's bullshit. I love how the same people who shit on GMOs will eat a seedless watermelon because that's what it is. But we'll talk about GMOs another time because I don't really have a problem with them. But seeded watermelons are sweeter.
Gotta feed everybody.
Yeah, and like I will save those seeds because I'm fucking Jewish. I'll plant them next year.
Yeah,
or I'm smart and frugal.
Yeah, why not? Like, it's foolish to just throw seed away. Seed's fucking seed, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I just planted a bunch of, me and Lexi planted a bunch of tomato. I planted all the summer stuff for Fairview Gardens. So I'm already like getting excited about summer again.
Delicious summer watermelon.
Exactly.
Make our own organic, locally sourced watermelon soda for Juneteenth.
Well, if like we can have a revolution, and I can actually do that. On that note,
have a revolution, have a revolution, have a revolution, have a revolution.
We're at 30 minutes.
Yeah, just let them know that's all we've done. We didn't do anything other than that. We didn't edit it. Nope, just this.
Just
bleh. We reached our cap. Okay, we're done. Sorry. All right, guys. See you next week.
Well, all right. Nobody wants to listen to us talk for more than 30 minutes. Let's be real.
I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying we don't need to say that we only did that. Is what I'm saying.
But people appreciate it. I don't know. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
All right.
And that's the show.
Hell yeah. Thanks for you guys. Thanks for listening. Nice to hear ya. Hope we have you back next week. We're now on iTunes. Thanks to me.
Thank you, Martin. Okay.
Fuck your RSS feed.
Yeah. Martin kicked so much ass. Like I was ready to pay people to do it, or I don't know. Like I got really good advice to like pay a company to do this shit. And Martin's like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna figure this out. And like before I knew it, I was like, oh, we're on iTunes.
Yep.
Hell yeah. So yeah, we're on iTunes. Not all the episodes are up there yet, but we're gonna get there. But check us out at Instagram. We're already there. Podcast. The link is on the thingy.
On YouTube, we're already there.
Yes. Thank everybody so much. Thank everybody.
Thank you guys. All. Thank everybody.
Have a good night.
Peace.
I sure as fuck did.
Yeah.
Did.
Yeah.
Did.
Yeah.
Did.
Yeah.